Hi guys, Everyday Knife Guy here with another simple paracord tutorial. This one isn't really very specific to paracord at all. This is just going to show you some basic hitch knots, which are useful for all sorts of situations and rope types. But yeah, paracord is a neat way to demonstrate it. Nice, simple, small diameter rope. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you three basic types of hitch, and I might do a follow-up video with some more, slightly more complex ones. But let's get into it, and the first one we're going to do is called cow hitch. Now you'll know this if you've been following my paracord tutorials. It's basically just the simplest way of attaching two lines to any buckle, or in this case we're going to use this dowel for demonstrating all the hitches. So we're going to take a doubled up piece of rope, and we're going to come from behind the post or dowel we wish to attach it to, bring the loop over the top, and then we're simply going to grab and pull these two ends up and through. Now this hitch of course assumes you have access to these ends, but we're going to pull those through there, and that is your simple cow hitch. Now the problem with the cow hitch is if you have uneven force on these ends, if you start to pull on one, as you can see the other will come out, and vice versa. So it's a semi-useful knot, but it's you know, it does have its drawbacks obviously if you don't have an even force on both sides. So to rectify that, we can actually modify the cow hitch slightly to make it more secure. So if we have one line that we wish to attach to something, you're going to take the end that we're not using, once you've made your basic cow's hitch, and you're just going to pass that behind here, make sure it comes over the two central strands, and feed it through there. So it comes behind that side as well, so you're just feeding it back through behind the knot. Pull that tight. If you pull on both ends, you'll be able to get that to tighten down. And there you go. Now you can pull as hard as you want on this end, and that's not going anywhere, so that makes your cow's hitch secure. Okay, slide that off. And next one I want to show you is clove hitch. So we're going to go over our dowel here and back around. Coming back on the right hand side of the original strand. We're then going to go over again to the left and leave this loop that we just made a little bit loose, because we're going to take our end and we're going to feed it up behind that loop. So basically you're making kind of a twice round, and when you pull this end tight, your two wraps around the dowel are pinched in place by this cross piece we made. Pull that tight, and there's your clove hitch. Let's do that one more time. So we're going to go over our dowel. Hopefully this is staying in focus. I know it's moving around a little bit. I'll try and keep it as still as possible. So over the dowel, back around, and over again, crossing over that first strand. And then as we come around, we're going to go up under this cross we just made. Keep to the left of the original rope. So this is a neat hitch if you have access to just one end of your rope. Pull that tight and nice and secure. That's a clove hitch. You can see just the two strands on the back and the crossover at the front. And the final one I want to show you is, I've heard it called anchor bend, fisherman's bend. It's not actually called a hitch, but it does have that effect. So what we're going to do is take the end of a rope and we're going to come up behind and over our dowel, and up and over our dowel again. Leave yourself a bit of slack here. Okay, and make sure you don't coil it too tight around here, because we're going to go behind these. So take your working end and go behind your main strand of the rope, and then we're going to go back through behind these two pieces here. So I can feed that through. Sorry, it's a little difficult to do this on camera. Show you what we're doing. So you've come round over the top of your second round and then gone behind those two strands. You're just going to pull that through, cinch it up a little bit. So that's your actual hitch made there. We just want to secure this end so it doesn't pull back through. So we're just going to go round behind the original rope and then down through that hole we just made. I'll show you this one again. Pull that tight. That should be what you end up with. Get that to focus for you. Okay, so that's fisherman's bend or anchor bend. We'll undo that one. And the idea with all of these is that they're secure hitch knots, but they should be fairly easy to undo. If they are extremely hard to undo, then you may have done something wrong. So we're going to come from behind again, back towards us over the top, leave the sails a little bit more slack this time, make it a little bit easier to see, and we're going to go round again, okay, and then we're going to go behind the original strand, and then back through these two loops that we've made. Let's see if we can lift them off the dowel. Whoops. It's a little bit fiddly. Okay, so you should have something like that. Pull that tight, and that's our hitch, and then we just want to secure this end. We're going to go behind our original strand once more, and then down through this loop that we just made. So you're basically making what you'd call a half hitch at the end there. It's a very simple knot, just a simple overhand knot, and there you have it, your hitch has been secured. So hope that's helpful, guys. If you have any questions on any of those three types of hitches, I know they can be a little tricky to get at first. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I'm happy to help. And if you'd like to see a follow-up video and maybe some more different styles and some more general knot videos, just let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.